Well, I guess it's that time again. Right. So, this was due to happen earlier in the run of the one burger, and then another one came up. So I'm wrapping the two into one, just so I can have some dinner and whatever. So first up, the Filet-O-Fish. You might be wondering, but there's nothing special about that. You know, it's just your fish patty with a bit of cheese on a pretty tiny bun. Well, for some reason, and it seems to be a permanent addition to the roster, if you will, you will notice that that tab now exists. So yeah, we now have the double stack. Well, this isn't looking great. The double stack Filet-O-Fish. Peel that away just so it's a bit straighter. So yeah, all it basically is two pieces of fish with cheese, with one cheese I should say, rather than the regular. Doesn't help, but it's sort of not on straight. And how much of a mouthful is it? I'd say it's not too bad. That's harsh, it's a Filet-O-Fish, it's just you got more fish with it. The key thing is, and it's probably helped by the small bun, that it's not too tall to get your mouth around. Because I've seen some artisan burgers that are, to some extent, the Big Mac, which we'll get to. Yeah. It's a manageable height, and if you really like your fish, seems like a good option, to be fair. Right. We'll sort that out later. Put that there, and then we come to, well, I've also already sort of referenced it. Again, one that you know. The Big Mac. Which is again also trying to escape its confines and not be listed right. But at first I thought that this was going to be a short-term thing, as in for the sort of like 5 or 6 week duration. It was going to be sort of in and out sort of thing. Turns out no. It's available until, like, at least in the UK, like, first week of September. And this is one that America still hasn't received yet. I believe it got some sort of outing in Canada in 2024. And then for 2025, we have this, which is the Big Arch. Which I'd say it's probably sort of quarter pounder size stuff. Hang on. It's a seeded bun, but with a slight difference because there are a few sesame seeds on it. But the reason why it's notable as well, apparently, is what you can just about see there. Specifically, the Big Arch sauce. Although I think it's done with slightly different cheese as well. Or if it's like a Swiss thing. From what I've seen online, and this is why I've bought the two, because I'm going to kind of do a comparison here. Recipe-wise, it's relatively similar, but rather than using a sweetened relish as the tomato base in the mac, the arch is, I think it's like tomato concentrate, so it's more like a puree rather than a sweetened relish. So we'll see how it goes. We'll just go in for the bit with the relish first to try and get an idea. Yeah, I can certainly just take another bite. Yeah, it certainly seems like a sauce. Rather than the ketchup. I wanted to take a drink to try and get the taste of the mouth before I switch over to the Big Mac and try and compare. That might be the angle because of where the sauce is. Yeah. Yeah. Just from 2 bites I can tell. It is very much, I don't want to say healthier because I don't know what the sugar content of the sauce is, because I don't want you to fully know the thing, because of course it's supposed to be the mysterious sauce, even though you can buy it or buy near equivalents of it from not McDonald's and whatever. Yeah, the Big Mac certainly tastes a lot sweeter, the sauce that comes with the Mac, than the arch. So in that respect, maybe I've got a bit on the side here. Yeah, there's also a bit, whether it's because again it's concentrate, the bit that I just had, there was a bit on the side of the box. That bit tasted sort of maybe as sweet as the Big Mac stuff, but it also had sort of a rich tang to it. Yeah, slightly more of an aftertaste. But the Big Arch is a pricey one. Probably more pricey maybe than standard, but then I can't sometimes tell, because if price inflation sort of affects where I usually get the burgers from, I'll be unclear as to whether it's sort of higher or lower and whatever. But yeah, in terms of those additions, the Arch is a not bad beef thing. In case you're wondering, the other one was the other new burger, which is going to expire sort of at the end of July, is the, I think, cheesy McCrispy. But either I've done that before or it's been out before, so I didn't want to sort of either retread it through videos or sort of do something that sort of isn't new to the menu sort of thing. But yeah, all in all, the Double Filet-O-Fish, if you like your Filet-O-Fish, it's a good way to sort of now officially get an extra patty in there, rather than being able to add it sort of as a request, I guess, at the orders like you can, sort of thing. If McDonald's works like that. I know Burger King does, where you can add additional content. But in terms of the Big Arch, as the premium burger of the I was going to say of the season, but it's more the I was going to say more period than instead of period, it's more sort of actual summer, because it runs until sort of mid-June when it launched ish to sort of early September. Pretty much is the quote-unquote burger of the summer, if you want to call it. Do it some stupid tagline. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And all that. Yeah. There might be some new stuff from me soon, because at least from what I saw in the McDonald's app, through the little reward scheme or / offer thing that they've got, there might be something new in addition. I can't remember whether it was cheesy fries or something. It's something that is their sort of cheese with dip, side thing, whether it's it might be chili cheese bites, in which case I might try and do a comparison between them and the Burger King ones that I'm quite a fan of. We'll see how they compare and contrast, and if they're the same, isn't that going to be awkward? Obviously there's lots of other content on here. The monthly Q&As, which will probably evolve into just the monthly well, I can say that we probably are still doing Q&As, but of course when we get to August, that's when we start doing the award prediction stuff for the Oscars. So hopefully we'll be transitioning into that next month. I've got other gaming stuff that I sort of probably should get around to doing in some sort of video form and whatever, and exploring things, maybe even just sort of doing streams if I get the nod and I'm able to do so with a stable enough connection. At least I have now. So yeah, lots of other stuff. Owen's Sip and Snacks, AJ's movie reviews. Yes. Oh, I probably need a drink. It's hot over here. So with that, you can find me on Twitter/X at Ash is my name UK. Leave stuff in the comments. If you've tried and enjoyed the Arch or not. If it's, let people, I guess, in America know how you feel as to whether they do or don't get it by the end of the year or 2026. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, with that, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me on the next one.